Hi, this is Randy from Metallic Onslaught. We got Bill recording. We are backstage at the Town Ballroom with Fredrik Akesson.
Hi guys.
Opeth, guitarist. So you guys you've had a little break. This is your first night of the next stretch of the tour.
It is.
You have Katatonia.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this?
Absolutely.
Good deal.
It's the last long tour we're going to do for the Heritage album.
Right.
So,
very cool. Yes.
why not end it up here in America? It's great.
Well, kind of missed you last year when you were touring, and when I saw you were coming this time around in Buffalo, I was like, gotta check it out. Absolutely. So, all right, this stretch around the States, where to for the summer? Gonna be...
Summer's going to be not so much for us guys. We're going to do 4 festivals in Europe.
Right.
And we're kind of start to work on the new album actually.
Very cool.
So we're going to try to start record the new album early spring, this year.
That would be great.
So it's only going to be 4 of those festivals.
So, venues, do you have any particular favorite places you like to play? Cities?
Well, it's difficult because we play everywhere around the world basically, except we haven't played in Africa, That's the only continent we haven't played basically. But it's, the crowd varies from countries of course. Usually South American crowd is the craziest one. And we do enjoy tour here in the States. I think it's quite convenient to tour. It's easy for us.
Very cool. Now, talking a little bit about the latest album, Heritage. Some consider it maybe a little less extreme. I mean, to me, the musicianship's all there. For me, it's, personally, I love it. But was that what you were aiming for going in, or is that just how the whole thing turned out?
I think the band needed to do something different. That was the basic idea, I guess. It's like a bit different sound approach, and there wasn't any real growling and all that stuff in this album. But I think basically the band needed to do something different. I think Michael took the death metal kind of vocals to its limits.
Right.
And he said anyone.
And he's got such a good clean voice anyway. I've always thought so myself, and I feel like it was a nice departure.
It's still the contrast between heavy and more dynamic.
Absolutely.
It's still there, but in a different shape, But now, I guess a lot of people thought they didn't want to sing growl vocals anymore. But on this tour, actually, we do a lot of that stuff. So this time around on this tour, we played a completely different set from last time. Cool.
So audience reception overall, the new material's been good?
I think so. There's been some haters, of course, but
it's always
like that, So overall, I think
been from the beginning.
Yeah.
Only like a certain, I know how that goes.
Maybe it took some people a bit of time to get used to this kind of sound, of course. And it's always going to be somebody that hates it well,
You do what you do.
Yeah.
You do it well. Going back to early, what got you into heavy metal? What was the first band that really got your attention? Kind of really made your ears perk up.
Kiss and AC/DC.
Very cool. Two of my favorites, absolutely.
And H3, those thing that woke my interest for that. Before that, actually, my mom listened to Beatles and Dad also the Stones and Elvis Presley and stuff like that. That was basically.
You and I come from very similar places. That's cool. Any particular outside of Ace musicians in particular that stand out for you?
Yeah, well, as a guitar player, early inspirations were important inspirations. Richie Blackmore, Yngwie Malmsteen, Ed Van Halen, Billy Gibbons.
Very cool.
There's tons of them, And Alan Holdsworth, like the early stuff he did with that band Tempest when he still played with the Distortion. Uli Jan Roth.
Uli was good.
Frank Marino.
Uli's still good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Schenker also.
Michael, absolutely.
Probably forgot a few. George Lynch.
Yes, love George Lynch. Mr. Scary.
Yeah.
That new that last Lynch Mob thing they put out last year was really well.
Oh, cool.
Really good. I like that. Given the choice, you had one person to collaborate with. Who would you most like to have a meeting of the minds musically with?
That's a tough one. Dead or alive?
Actually, let's go both because that kind of ties into a later question I might have anyway.
Ronnie MSD would have been cool to play with.
Yes.
Absolutely. And if you should pick a favorite metal band, it would be pretty cool to do a gig with Judas Priest or something like that.
Yes. Seen them more than once. Very cool.
They have a great guitar player now, though. Ricky.
Yes. Actually, the question that it ties in later with, I was actually going to look, this is like for a first time question, this kind of popped in my head a couple times and then I forget about it. Going with the concept of a rock and roll heaven, who would be the first person you'd want to jam with when your time comes?
Well, guitar player?
Anybody.
It would be very cool to jam with Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, what else? Got a couple submissions from, well, one of our other co-hosts, but also a fan. Josh Nolan would like to know if there are any 70s prog artists that you could see Opeth covering.
I guess we thought about doing some King Crimson stuff sometime, but it never happened.
That would be cool.
I guess when we've done covers, we usually pick songs that aren't too proggy.
Right.
I don't know why, but it just came up.
It just kind of works out that way. Then James Earnshaw, one of our foreign listeners, what inspired you to cover a Marie Fredriksson? That song?
That was totally Michael's idea. He loved that song and he wanted to do it. So that's what happened. It was a cool song to do, actually, very different, of course. But
Yes. The thing is, like, I'm here, like, wow, I don't think I'm familiar with that. I might have to go back and I haven't had time to check that out yet, but I will. Absolutely.
We also did in that same session we did Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. That was good fun.
Guitar Shower is good. And to be perfectly honest, I've only really got one more question for you.
All right. Cool.
Which is another, I haven't thrown this one out in a while, but if Buddy Holly had not died in the plane crash, do you think Elvis Presley would still be the king of rock and roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, there's a personal reason I ask that, and one of these days I'm going to mention it in a Randy's Rant segment. But
all right.
Yeah, that goes back to a discussion I had with a coworker many years ago. Anyhow, this will be up on YouTube within the next day or so. Horns up. This is Randy from the Metallic Onslaught with Fredrik from Opeth. Later.